What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Welcome to this game, Need for Speed Unbound. The question stands. The question that's in the title, the question that's in the thumbnail. Do people still play this game? Is this still a game that's being played out there by someone? Surely not, right? I feel like this game's player base has now dwindled down to absolute zero. Because there's nothing to do in it at all. I don't really think that there is actually a player base for this game. And it's sad. It honestly is sad. I liked this game when it came out. I thought it was good. Up to a certain point, I thought it was good. And I said the same thing then, as I'm going to say right now. As I've said before this game was released. As I said with the previous Need for Speed and the one before that. Post-release support. It's just not there for this game. And that's why it's dead. That is why it's dead. This is a copy-paste of the previous game, off of Need for Speed Heat. After Need for Speed Heat finished up, they decided to, let's add about 5 more cars and a new map. And that is all that they did. That is literally it. They added this whole extra, cool little cartoony thing over it, which I actually didn't really mind, to be honest with you. I'm not like a bunch of other people basically complaining about it, just for the sake of complaining about it. I actually didn't really mind it. I really didn't mind it. I thought it was kind of decent. It was kind of fun. It was kind of like a little bit of a twist to the game. It wasn't too bad. But I genuinely don't think that this game deserves to die, though. Like, it needs some sort of support, and it just doesn't have it. They announced news of an update. They didn't really announce the update, or they didn't release the update. They announced news of an update that's coming out soon. Like, why, man? Like, just fix the game. Just bring out an update, fix the game. I feel like it's not that difficult. You should have a team ready and prepared to make updates for this game and be able to continuously support it. You know? Like, creating a game and then just letting it die is just the saddest thing ever. Especially a game that's supposed to make people come back and play it over and over again. Like, I understand games like, for example, a game that's out right now, Hogwarts Legacy, right? You have that game, you have a story for that game. That is a very basic, story-driven game, where it's just for story. But these guys created a multiplayer for this game. They created a game that's supposed to be played with multiplayer, with other people, and makes you level up, it makes you buy new cars, it makes you progress through that as well. There's a progression system, and there's just nothing in it. You just go around and do a bunch of races, and that's it. Like, the races don't give you not nearly enough money for you to be able to actually do anything in the game, so you have to do like 20 billion races to be able to actually afford some of the high-end cars. I just don't see why this game is just being let to die like this. I really don't. I don't understand it. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, do people still play this game? Is there actually still a player base for this game? I don't know. I wanted this game to do well. I really did. I honestly kind of enjoyed it at the very beginning when it came out, like I said. I thought it was a fun game to play, and I feel like in this game they kind of did copy-paste the way it looks. I mean, Need for Speed never really had an issue with like graphics or anything like that. Forza has continuously improved their graphics over the years, which is fine. But Need for Speed since 2015, it's pretty much been this game. It's pretty much been very similar to this game. Need for Speed 2015 still looks very good to this day, and it looks very similar to this game. And this game came out, what, 7 years later? Which is crazy to think about. And honestly, I just don't see how this game is gonna come back now from this. I really don't. They have to do something special. Unless they just release like a free DLC for everybody to play. Unless that happens, I honestly don't see this game actually doing anything. I really don't. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it, man. Like, it's just the same selection of cars. It's the same everything. It's just, it feels like they just let it die and that's it. I don't know. I really don't know what to say. I wanted to make this video, even, like, completely knowing that I'm not gonna make any sort of, or not make, but I'm not gonna get any sort of views off of this game. I already know that this video is gonna get, like, very low amount of views. And you'll see that it will. It's not the reason why I wanted to make it. It's the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I kind of feel sad for it. I feel sad that the game isn't doing well, But it's literally just the devs' fault. Like, I can't blame, like, you cannot blame anybody else except for the devs. It feels like they could have done so much more with this game just from simply releasing updates. The game came out now, what, in December? At the start of December? Am I right in saying that? I may be wrong in saying that, but it came out around the end of last year. It is now March, and we still have nothing on this game. Absolutely nothing. Have they fixed wheels, like wheel support? Is that actually working in this game now or no? Because I remember it wasn't working in like one of the previous Need for Speeds, and they ended up patching that pretty quickly. They actually ended up bringing out updates and stuff like that to actually make it so wheel support works. There was a couple of things that they were broken in some of the games, and they ended up fixing that pretty quickly. I feel like this one's just even worse than what it was before, with like just them not caring about it. It just feels really, really strange. Now, I also feel like from 2015 up until now, they haven't really progressed or done much with the customization in this game. I mean, you have the same list of cars that you've had since 2015, give or take maybe like 5 or 6 cars, right? You have a few cars that they've added in since then, but then you also have a bunch of cars that they've taken away since then as well. Audi's no longer in the game. There's probably a bunch of other things as well that aren't also in the game. I don't know off the top of my head, to be completely honest with you. But you still have the same big old cars here, the same Pagani, the same Koenigsegg, the same Aston Martin Vulcan, all that stuff. It's all pretty much the exact same as it was way back in Need for Speed Payback and Need for Speed 2015. Like, Payback, Need for Speed Payback to Need for Speed 2015 was actually a bigger jump than it was from this game to Need for Speed Payback. How weird is that? 2 games, right? 2 games away that this game is related to. There's less difference between this and Payback than it is from Payback to Need for Speed 2015, which is absolutely crazy to me. Now, a lot of the issues that this game actually had when it came out, being, like I said, the lack of body kits and stuff like that, and also the absolutely horrendous driving physics when it came to drifting, and there's literally like absolutely no realism whatsoever. And I know you don't buy this game for realism. I understand that. 100% I understand that. But you still have to make it so it's playable, right? Like, I understand that you don't go ahead and you get this game and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be playing like realistic, you know, when I'm playing Need for Speed. I know you're not, right? It's a fully arcade game, and I said that when the game first came out, where people are, you know, kind of comparing this thing to Forza. It has completely different driving physics. Like, this is fully arcade. But that doesn't mean that this game has to play like shit, right? It has to still have some sort of drivability, you know? Like, you should still be able to go around corners. You should still be able to build a car for grip racing, build a car for drifting, for drag racing, whatever it is that you want to build it for, and you should be able to actually have it so it drives well, right? Like, it's just, it makes absolutely no sense to me why they made it so, I don't know. I really don't know, man. I'm trying to like figure out something. Now, when this game first came out, I was actually very, very excited with the fact that I actually get to play a whole new game. Like, it's been a year now since Forza had come out, and I was actually very, very excited to hop back and play something brand new, play a whole new game and enjoy something different, you know, maybe enjoy a little bit of Need for Speed, because it's been a few years now since they've released a Need for Speed game. And I was, like I said, I was excited to finally play a Need for Speed game. But then we actually got this game that ended up, like I said, dying basically almost immediately after launch. As soon as you finished doing any of the events that you were able to do in the story mode and you tried out multiplayer, after that it was pretty much all over, because there's not much else to do in this game. So it was very, very disappointing, really, because Forza had so many issues at the time as well with you know, with the leaderboards and stuff like that, and the weird content that they ended up sort of removing from the game, and they were re-adding it back into the game. Obviously, it's still doing it now with the festival playlist, but at least they ended up bringing out DLC. They ended up bringing out, yes, it was late, but they ended up bringing out DLC. And even with the weekly content, yes, it was removed from previous games, but at the time, obviously, when the game literally just came out, the first few months, we also had the pass, the car pass, where you were able to still get brand new cars into the game. Now, granted, some of the cars were very questionable, but we still ended up getting new cars in the game. That game has literally hundreds of cars, whereas this game, I think, barely scratches the surface of... Does it even have 100 cars? I mean, if you put them together, like, I mean, you'll have the... like a 911 Turbo S, like you have like about 17 different versions of the 911, and it's all the same generation 911 as well. It's just weird, right, to have a game like that. And again, it's just copy-pasted car list from the previous game. And again, nothing wrong with that, but you still have to progress and add a bunch of other cars into the game. Like, it's the exact same cars that we were driving in Need for Speed Heat, and it just feels like there's no difference, you know? And that's the one thing that I actually really hate about this game. Like, I feel like I've already played with the exact same cars, done the exact same upgrades, done every single thing with the cars in Need for Speed Heat that I've done in this game, you know? Like, or that I could do in this game. And it's just, it feels so weird to me. It really does. So yes, unfortunately, Need for Speed Unbound, I think, is pretty much dead and out for the count. Even the new update that's going to come out, I don't think is going to save it, because there's very little that's going to happen in that update. They've already released what they're going to change in the update, which is weird. Is the update even out? I wasn't even paying attention. Like, when I launched the game, I think I was just able, or sorry, when I launched Origin to actually play this game, I immediately was able to launch it, so I don't know if it actually ended up auto-updating or it didn't update. I don't even know, man. I honestly, I think the game, or the update, is supposed to come out at the end of March or something like that. I don't know. Like I said, I want this game to succeed. There isn't a video game that I don't want to do well, because if the game does well, then my channel does well, and I get to play new games, I get to enjoy new content and stuff like that. Like, it's everybody wins, basically. When a game succeeds, when a game actually is doing well, everybody wins. You know, people get new games to play, I get new content to upload to YouTube and stuff like that, I get to enjoy my time playing video games and stuff like that. I don't enjoy playing this game. I don't enjoy coming back on this game. What's happening to me? Are you serious? I'm gonna put my controller down. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it's not gonna get a lot of views, and I know a lot of you guys are not gonna be really like caring too much about this video because of the game that I'm playing, but yeah, I honestly just feel sad for this game. I feel sad that this game just isn't doing well. I like the way the flag as well is just made out of straight up just steel. It's staying up in the wind, even though it's not even like swaying or anything. It's just chilling there. Alright, anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.